Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Swati Mishra from International School of Business Management at Suresh Gyan Vihar University. So, as we are moving ahead with our marketing management course, and we have discussed so many different topics about marketing management, even at the stage of the introduction. We have also discovered as to what exactly marketing research is, and I'm sure that the topics are getting more and more interesting for you. So this session is another very interesting and a very important session as far as your marketing management is concerned. Yes, we are going to discuss MIS in marketing. So as we will proceed, the learning objectives of today's session are to understand the management information systems, to become aware of the role of MIS in marketing, to get a knowledge of the sources of information of MIS, to have an understanding of the outputs and characteristics of MIS, to understand the functional aspects of marketing information system, to find out the inputs and outputs of a marketing information system as well. So, with this, we are starting with the actual discussion of the marketing information system. But before we actually discuss the marketing information system, it is very important for us to, just highlight and understand in brief as to what we exactly I mean by management information systems. So these management information systems, they currently play a huge and a very important role as far as your, key decision making and strategy formulation in any organization is concerned. Because your management information system is the one which actually provides the information to the top management and the other, managers at different stages of hierarchy who are taking decisions at their own levels. So that is why MIS plays, such an important role. And if we try to understand as to what is the role of MIS, it is providing managers with information and support for effective decision making, and also provides feedback on the daily operations that are carried out in an organization. So, if we talk about its outputs or the reports which are generated through MIS are usually, generated through accumulation of the transaction processing data. So each MIS is an integrated collection of the subsystems which are typically organized along the functional lines within an organization. So if we try to understand as to what are the sources of this management information, uh, for a management information system, there is a small schematic depiction on your screen from which you can understand as to what are the different sources of data. The main source of data would of course be the business transactions and the operational databases through which the daily information of the operations and daily information of the business transactions are brought into the organization through a transaction processing system, and that reaches the database of valid transactions. If there is any error, that is sorted out, and put into the error list. And once this database of valid transaction is actually moving the information into the management information system, the corporate databases of internal data and databases of the external data also are entering some information into it, which actually then reaches your application databases. And there you can draw that data from the corporate intranet also. And these management information systems actually sort out your data into different types of reports that can be generated through it. like the scheduled reports, key indicator reports, demand reports, exception reports, drill down reports, and so on. And all this data, which is segregated into different forms of reports, actually helps in decision support systems, in executive support systems, in expert systems in the organization. So that is how actually information is feeded into the management information system, which then converts it into the relevant information that is needed by the management to take key decisions or for performing different types of management activities. So, as far as this outputs of a management information system is concerned, that output could be given in the form of these four reports that are indicated on your screen, like the scheduled reports. These scheduled reports are actually produced periodically or on a scheduled time, or maybe sometimes daily, weekly, monthly, fortnightly, the way it is scheduled, right? And then there is a key indicator report, which actually summarizes the previous day's critical activities. And, they are typically available at the beginning of each day for everybody to analyze. Then there is this demand report, which gives certain information at a manager's request so that, forecasting it can be done for the upcoming, periods, demand, sales, any kind of contingencies that have to be kept, or maybe inventory that has to be managed. So demand report gives you that types of information. And then there is an exception report, which automatically it is produced when a situation is unusual or it requires some particular kind of management action. So in that situation, exception reports are created. So, if we talk about the characteristics of management information system, the first and the foremost is, of course, that it provides reports with one fixed or standard format that has been actually fed into it in the form of soft and the hard copies. It uses the internal data which is stored in the computer system for further processing and giving out the outputs or the results as per the requirement of the management. Then the end users can develop any kind of customized reports from the management information systems data or the output. And of course, it requires formal requests from the users for the data as to what kind of data is required, and from that you can actually lure out the data as per the needs of the situation be. So this, management information system has its own competitive advantage because it provides a lot of support to the managers as they work to achieve the corporate goals. It enables the managers to compare the results with the established company goals, and of course to identify the problem areas and the opportunities for improvement. So, web technology and MIS together play a very important role in any organization's database handling. Data may be made available from management information systems on a company's intranet, and the employees can browse into these databases or the management information systems using their own PCs to gain access to the data. Of course, they are provided their IDs and passwords by the organization, and the data is totally protected, and they cannot misuse it. And they can only log into that data from the organization's uh, systems, workstations, and they cannot do it outside or take that data outside or transfer that data outside. There is a strict scrutiny on that for obvious reasons, that it is the organization's intellectual property or the organization's secretive data which cannot be leaked to any outsider of the organization or any competitor of the organization. So, as far as the functional aspects of MIS are concerned, MIS can be called as an integrated collection of functional information systems, each supporting a particular type of functional areas. And as far as your MIS is concerned, your MIS is there for managing accounting MIS, there is marketing MIS. So MIS can be divided into different departmental, MIS segments like finance, accounting, marketing, human resource, production. So the business transactions that are occurring, they are entering the information into the database of valid transactions, and database of external data is also entering the information. It goes into the MIS and is segregated into the relevant information is segregated into the MIS of each of the department's database, and from there the processing actually takes place, wherein it is that data is analyzed and customized reports are generated from the organization's MIS. So that is how this entire management information system actually supports an organization's management information system, and key decision aspects and key decision areas. So now let us just move ahead towards the marketing information system, or the marketing MIS as we call it as. So, a marketing management information system, or the marketing information system, basically supports all the types of managerial activities in product development, distribution, pricing decisions, promotional effectiveness, and so on. So, as far as your marketing information system is concerned, you have to be sure that your marketing information system is so well developed that whatever information goes into your marketing information system, that information will be properly segregated and developed, so that you can actually use that data for taking wise decisions. These decisions could be in the area of advertising, they could be in the area of any sort of product development, and it could be in the area of pricing of the product or anything like that. So when we talk about this marketing information system, it is this terminology, marketing information system, is basically used to describe, any such system, which is working in context of the information related to marketing or marketing research, right? So as we move ahead, we will be discussing a lot about marketing information systems now, and but for most, you have to understand that with the increasing use of the computers, the companies are becoming more interested in the development of a corporate wide integrated management information system. And the purpose of such a system is basically to bring all of the flows of recorded information in the entire company into a unified whole. And thereby, it is hoped that the manager's capacity to plan and control the company's activities will be improved. Such a system is often seen as a marked improvement over the current procedures. So, as companies have attempted to introduce such a system, however, a consensus seems to be growing, especially among some computer hardware manufacturers, that a more realistic approach is to begin with the smaller systems, such as one in marketing or in production. So, there are skeptics which are backing off and asking whether one big system is such a good idea after all. And the reason for this change in the view is the growing awareness that the smaller subsystems, such as one for marketing, can perhaps be conceptualized in enough detail to be operational, whereas in the current state of art, the larger systems are probably cannot be conceptualized like that. So, what happens is that the human mind cannot simply grasp the whole management operation with efficient clarity and detail to permit it to be structured and modeled. Excuse me. So, new concepts will probably have to be developed to aid us in thinking about such a complex phenomenon. In the meantime, management can proceed to develop the smaller systems. In building the smaller systems too, we can benefit by learning from the mistakes that we were made with global systems. So, marketing information systems are really the frameworks used for managing, processing, and assessing data. They can be simply a sharing of information by key departments, but are more likely to be some form of integrated system based around the information technology. The important issue is that the information from such a system is presented in a way that is useful to the marketing decisions. And even in quite a small companies, they can I'm extremely sorry for the interruption. So I was saying that, even in quite small companies, they can involve large quantities of data. So one apparently, logical approach to the problem of extensive data is to develop good technology and a system which stores and provides access to the information needed by those who are making these marketing decisions. So, this term marketing information system or MkIS is used to describe such a system. Such systems are generally discussed in the context of marketing information or marketing research mostly. So it should be observed that the term MIS is commonly used for the somewhat more far-reaching management information system. While it is essential for the organizations to have systems by which marketing information can be stored, processed, and assessed, it should be clear from the points which are made regarding the nature of information in general and marketing information in particular, that such systems have fundamental limitations. At best, the system can only handle such tangible and intangible information as is made available to it. So let's proceed further now that I have introduced you to what an MIS is and what is this marketing information system that we are talking about. So let us proceed. I just told you that a marketing information system is a management information system which is designed to support the marketing decision making, and it brings together many different kinds of data, people, equipments, and procedures to help an organization make better decisions. And it enables the managers to share information and also work together virtually. So, as far as a good marketing information system is concerned, what would we call a good marketing information system would be the one which carries the following three basic components, which we term as the information acquired via marketing intelligence, information from the operating data, and an information library. So, what marketing information system does is to bring together the data from these sources, usually into a computerized database by structuring it appropriately, and this allows the interrogation and linking of the data. So it is important for the systems to be designed by the marketers and not computer people, as the form of the output is very critical to the good decisions which are made by the organization. Market intelligence is all of the data that is available from the many external sources. It may have been acquired formally or informally, but will usually be checked for reliability before it is entered into a marketing information system. Similarly, the information from operating data such as production or accounts has been covered under the heading of operational information. It is usually different from the marketing information as it is collected for very different reasons. Nevertheless, there is likely to be some marketing relevance in this data, and that must input into the marketing information systems. As far as the information library is concerned, it is actually a collection of all the formal research gathered by an organization that is still relevant and up to date. So it might also include the research surveys carried out by trade associations or by the associated companies. As such, reports are sometimes available and they do add to the knowledge. Thus, the MkIS will contain a comprehensive collection of all the relevant information which could help achieve better decision making. So now that we have understood what are the three basic components of a marketing information system, we will move ahead, and now I will introduce you to the formal definition of the marketing information system, defined by some renowned authors like Cundiff and Govoni. So, marketing information system is basically a set of procedures and methods for regular and planned collection, analysis, and presentation of information in making the marketing decisions. It is an interacting, continuing, future oriented structure of persons, machines, and procedures designed to generate an orderly flow of information collected from the internal as well as the external sources of information. So that is how we actually define our marketing information system. So now moving ahead with the marketing information system, as I told you that it is an integrated combination of information processing and analysis, the equipment and the tools, software as well as hardware, and of course the information specialists who analyze and interpret the collected information and provide it to the decision makers to serve their analysis, planning and control needs. So that is altogether how we call the marketing information system, or how we are supposed to understand marketing information system as. Okay, so you know now that we are moving ahead, we will be discussing the marketing information systems scope also. So, as far as this scope of marketing information system is concerned, I have depicted a few important aspects wherein the MIS scope lies, and the first one being strategy implementation. So MIS helps in the product launches, authorizes the coordination of marketing strategies, and is also an integral part of the Salesforce automation, customer relationship management, which we call as SFA and CRM, and of course the customer service systems implementations. So it permits the decision makers to more effectively manage the Salesforce as well as its customer relationships. And that is why it forms a very important part of the strategy implementation. It also has some of its applications in the partner relationship management (PRM). So that is where it is actually finding its scope. So this has become increasingly important as many marketeers are choosing to outsource important marketing functions and form strategic alliances to address new markets. Right. Now the second scope here is the strategy development. Of course, information is needed to develop marketing strategy, and is also provided. This type of information is also provided by the MIS. So it supports the strategy development for new products, product positioning, marketing communications like advertising, public relations, sales promotions, pricing, personal selling, distribution, customer service, and of course any kind of partnerships and alliances. So MIS gives the foundation for the development of information system, and of course any kind of dependent e-commerce strategies also. The third one here is the market monitoring. So MIS enables the identification of emerging markets and market segments and the monitoring of the market environment for changes in consumer behavior, competitor activities, new technologies, economic conditions, any kind of governmental policy changes at the time of using the market research and market intelligence. Then we reach to the fourth point that I have mentioned under the scope, which is wider applications. Under modern marketing ideologies, MIS basically includes operational, sales, and marketing process-oriented systems, which actually serve in daily marketing operational activities, such as direct mailing, or maybe database marketing, telemarketing, operational sales management. So the users are the middle management and the operative sales and marketing personals here. Right. Now, if we move ahead towards the fifth point, which I have mentioned, that is the support management and decision making. So MIS supports the management decision making. Management has actually five distinct functions, and each of them needs support from MIS. And these are well known to you: the planning, organizing, coordinating, decision making, and of course controlling. So that is how the management information system or the marketing information system is actually supporting the management for key marketing decisions. Then comes the functional integration part here. So your marketing information system, enables the coordination of activities within the marketing department and between marketing and other organizational functions like engineering, production, manufacturing, product management, finance, logistics, and of course customer service also. So with this, I have actually explained you that what is the scope of marketing information system. And further now we will be discussing the characteristics of marketing information systems. So as far as the characteristics of marketing information systems are concerned, I have jotted down a few in front of you, like, MIS is an ongoing process. Why we call it an ongoing process? Because it keeps on operating continuously on a continuous basis in an organization without any halt or stop. Similarly, it acts as a data bank and facilitates prompt decision making by the managers. It operates in rational and systematic manner and provides the correct and the required information, accurate information to the management for decision making. MIS is future oriented and it anticipates and prevents the problems as well as it solves marketing problems also. It is both a preventive as well as curative process in marketing, and the gathered data by MIS is actually processed with the help of operations research techniques. Modern mathematical and statistical tools which are available for problem solving in the field of marketing are also used by marketing information systems. So, MIS is basically a computer based method of data collection, processing, and storage. Management gets a steady flow of information on a regular basis, and this is the information which is the correct and the relevant information, the accurate information for the right people at the right time and at the correct cost also. So, marketing information system basically stands between the market and marketing environment and the marketing decision makers. So, marketing data actually flows from the environment to the marketing information through the marketing information system and reaches the decision makers. So, marketing data is processed by this system and converted into the marketing information flow, which goes to the marketeers for the decision making purpose. So now, if we move ahead and let's just briefly talk about the importance of marketing information systems also. When we talk about the marketing information systems importance, I have jotted down a few here. Like first one is being the anticipation of consumer demand. Without the precise information on the nature, character, and size of consumer demand, marketers will be simply groping in the dark. So, decision based upon hunches, guesswork, intuition, or any kind of tradition cannot give you the correct results in the modern economy, and that is why they have to be supported by good facts and figures, and these facts and figures are actually provided by marketing information system. Then of course, there is a complexity of marketing. The modern marketing process has become much more complex and elaborate, and ever expanding markets and multinational marketing activities, they require adequate marketing intelligence, service, and of course a very organized form of information systems. Then the third being the significance of economic indicators. The forces of demand and supply are constantly changing, and they determine the prices and general market conditions also. So, in a wider and complex economy, these fluctuations in demand, supply, and prices are tremendous. So, marketeers must have the latest information on the changing trends of the supply, demand, and the prices. And for this purpose, he relies on the market reports and other market intelligence services which are provided by the MIS. The next one being the significance of the competition. So, of course, the modern markets are highly competitive, and a marketer cannot make decisions in competitive vacuum. So modern business is a many-sided game in which rivals and opponents, continuously try to formulate the strategies to gain advantage over one another. So, predicting the behavior of one's competitors and overtaking of the competitor will need the services of marketing intelligence. A marketer cannot survive under keen competition without up to date market information, particularly regarding the nature, character, and size of competition to be met. And of course, there are a few more points under it, like the development of science and technology. Requires new products, new markets, new processes, new techniques to be developed on the basis of the facts and figures. and these are actually done by the MIS or the marketeers. Similarly, consumerism is also, you know, making the need of MIS arise and grow more and more, because with the increasing consumerism there are increased consumer grievances, and they have to be registered somewhere, and sometimes the organization needs a correctly segregated data about these consumer demands, consumer grievances, consumer needs, requirements. So up to date marketing information system alone can actually establish the proper two-way flow of information and understanding between the producers and the consumers in a wider market. Next is, of course, marketing planning. For instance, any kind of sales forecast is the base of production plan, marketing plan. And marketing information alone can interrelate and coordinate the product and user consumer demand, so that both supply and demand can travel on the same wavelength. Similarly, if you talk about the information explosion that is occurring today, we live in the midst of the information explosion, and management has literally a flood of information knocking at its door. So, the speed with which the computer can absorb, process, and reproduce large quantities of information is simply staggering. And that is why this need or importance of MIS is irreplaceable in an organization. So with this, we have understood the importance of marketing information system. Now, if we try to classify these marketing information systems, they are basically classified based on, of course, on the basis of different there are different bases of classifying the marketing information systems. So if we try to classify based on the end use and on the subject matter of the information needs of the marketing jobs are large and diverse. So on the basis of the information needs, they can be classified in two ways: classification based on the end use or the purpose of the information, and classification based on the subject matter of the information. So when we try to do the classification based on the end use, they can be actually classified into four main groups, namely information for marketing planning, information for marketing operations, information for key decision in marketing, and information for marketing control. And if we try to classify them based on the subject matter, as per the second method of classification, your marketing information can be classified on the basis of the content or the subject matter of the information, like product, consumer, pricing, distribution channels, external environment of the firm, any kind of internal operations of the firm, and so on. So, your marketing information basically performs six main functions if we talk about the functions of marketing. And they are depicted on the screen in front of you. So, right, beginning from the assembling of the marketing data to processing of that data, which will include editing, tabulating, summarizing the data, analyzing the data, like filling out the percentage, ratio testing, test of significance, etc. All this is done by MIS of an organization. Similarly, any kind of storage and retrieval of filling and indexing, and sometimes evaluating regarding the accuracy and reliability of the data, or maybe dissemination or distribution of relevant and the wanted information to the decision makers, is all a part of the marketing information systems functions as we frame them. So these all these functions that I have just mentioned to you, they can be brought down into three main parts, which I can call as the collection of market information, interpretation of marketing information, and then dissemination of the information. So with this, we move ahead, and I'll just show you the diagrammatic representation of a marketing information system. It is quite similar to the management information system that I had earlier shown you. And the output reports of your MIS can be the sales reports by the customers, salesperson, product, pricing report, any kind of total service calls, or maybe the customer satisfaction reports, and so on. So as far as the inputs to the MIS are concerned, any kind of strategic plan, corporate policies, the TPS, external sources like the competition, the market, everything from the information regarding everything will form your input to your marketing information system. And of course, they have some subsystems which are actually formulating the outputs of marketing information systems. These subsystems include the marketing research, product development, promotion and advertising, product pricing, and so on. So if we now talk about the key takeaways out of this, marketing information system, and MIS basically brings together many different kinds of data, people, equipment, and procedures to help an organization make better decisions regarding different aspects of marketing. So your marketing information system not only indicates how things are going, but also why and where the performance is failing to meet the plan. Similarly, your MIS produce fixed, regularly scheduled reports to middle and operational level managers to identify and inform the structured as well as semi-structured decision problems. An MIS can also provide endless benefits to an organization, including enabling the managers to share information and work together virtually, helping the marketeers to collaborate with the customers on product designs, customer requirements, sometimes addressing their operational needs through customer management systems, and also managing their relationships through their customer relationship management systems and all these things. So these were the key takeaways from today's session, and we have almost come to an end of the discussion over marketing information systems. And let us quickly have a small quiz on today's session, as I have been doing it in all my sessions previously. So here's my first question to you on the basis of today's session. The information needs can be classified in two ways. A, classification based on the end use or purpose of the information. B, classification based on the subject matter of the information. C, both A and B. D, none of these. And the answer is C, both A and B. Here's my second question. Management information system is an ongoing process because it operates dash A, independently, B, ambiguously, C, uninterruptedly, D, continuously. It is ongoing because it functions continuously. So the option is D. My third question is, an MIS provides managers with options are A, information and support for effective decision making, B, feedback on daily operations, C, both A and B, D, none of these. And the answer is C, both A and B. Here's my fourth question. An MIS is important for, and the options are A, anticipation of consumer demand, feedback on daily operations, B, judging the complexity of marketing situations, C, identifying significance of economic indicators, D, all of the above. And the answer is D, all of the above. Fifth question. Scheduled reports and key indicator reports, demand reports, and exception reports are A. Inputs of MIS. B. Outputs of MIS. C. Both A and B. D. None of these. And the answer is B. Outputs of MIS. The sixth question is MIS operates in a manner A. Discretionary. B. Relational and systematic. C. Distributive. D. Unambiguous. And the answer is B. Relational and systematic manner. Here's the seventh question. MIS is a computer-based method of A. Data collection, B. Processing, C. Storage, D. All of the above. And the answer is all of the above, D. Here's my eighth question. The person who ensures that systems are developed on time, within budget, and within acceptable quality is A. Systems designer, B. Project manager, C. Systems owner, D. External systems owner, E. Systems builder. And the answer is B. Project manager. Here's my question number 9. The marketing intelligence helps to gather A. Database on real happenings, B. Database on results, C. Database on raw materials, D. Database on sales. And the answer is A. Database on real happenings. Question number 10. MIS A. Create and share documents that support day-to-day office activities. B. Process business transactions like crime cards, payments, orders, etc. C. Capture and reproduce the knowledge of an expert problem solver. D. Use the transaction data to produce information needed by managers to run the business. E. None of the above. And the answer is D. Use the transaction data to produce information needed by managers to run the business. So with this, we have come to an end of today's session. I hope that this session has been thoroughly informative for you and you have gathered enough knowledge about marketing information systems in marketing management. So this is Dr. Swati Mishra from International School of Business Management at Suresh Gyan Vihar University signing off. Thank you so much for going through these sessions. I hope that they are really knowledgeable and informative for you. And I hope that you will continue viewing my sessions. Please leave your messages and comments in the comment box. Thank you so much.